Hi guys, thanks for watching. I'm Saumya and on my channel Saumya's Bookstation I spread all the book love that I can. So if you are a book lover, do subscribe to my channel and do not forget to press the bell icon so that every time I post a video, you get notified. In today's video, I'm going to review a book which was sent to me by the author, and that book is Once Upon an Ias Exam by K.VijayaKarthikeyan. So let's get into the video. Once Upon an Ias Exam is the story of a 25-year-old boy named Vishy who wants to become an IAS officer. This story is taking place in Chennai. Now Vishy has already used up his first attempt and he has not been able to clear the prelims. So obviously he is a bit upset, but he decides to move on, and he also makes the decision of taking coaching classes for his next attempt. And meanwhile, he has also proposed to his best friend Ithaca, telling her that he loves her. So what follows in the story is his life post failing his first attempt, while he is preparing for the IAS exam in the coaching centers, and at the same time he's waiting for Ithaca to respond to him, telling him whether she reciprocates his feelings or not. Now talking about the characters in the story, there is Vishy, of course. He is the protagonist of the story. He's a 25-year-old IAS aspirant. He has done mechanical engineering previously. Now one thing that the reader realizes immediately on reading about his character is that he's a very cool and calm person. Now Vishy is not somebody who gets really worked up after failing his attempt. Instead, he analyzes what might have gone wrong and he takes corrective action, or what he perceives to be corrective action. Then there is the character of Ritika. Ritika is also a 25-year-old girl. She's a graduate and she works in an IT company. Now Ritika is somebody who loves to sing. She loves her coffee, and she also has a lot of attachment with Vishy, but she does not know whether it is love or not. Now there are other characters as well who we read about from time to time. Some of them are from Vishy's coaching center, other IAS aspirants, while the other characters are from Ritika's office with their own oddities and peculiarities. So now I'll tell you what I felt about this book. So I'll begin with the positives first. So the first thing that I liked about this book was Vishy's character. Now, as I told you that Vishy is a very cool and collected sort of a person. So I like the fact that the protagonist of the story is somebody that you can look up to while reading it. Because the fact is that a lot of students tend to take the pressure of competitive examinations to their head, and they're not able to prepare properly, or if they prepare properly and if unfortunately they end up failing their exams, they don't really move on. They keep wasting their time in getting emotional about their failures, which is not the correct attitude. So Vishy's character tells you the kind of behavior and the kind of thinking you should adopt while preparing for such examinations. When you are preparing for a competitive exam, you come across all kinds of students. Students like Vishy who are cool, students who ask a lot of doubts, students who are extremely competitive, students who are more interested in others' result than their own. So the author has brought together all these elements in this book that makes it super relatable. Another thing that I personally really appreciate about this book is how he has talked about the coaching center culture in India. Being familiar and having experienced the coaching center culture in our country, I was able to relate to what he has written in the book. He has given quite a few examples of how coaching centers in India are more often interested in extracting money than they are interested in teaching the students. And the search for a good coaching center really proves to be like finding needle in a haystack, because everybody is so busy in minting money, and how all this is something that the students accept because they have no choice. They have to accept the system. So he has captured everything in this regard with a very funny precision. There were many moments in this book that made me laugh. Now, before proceeding further, I would like to tell you that this book is around 140 pages long, so it gets over in no time. And also, due to the subject of this book, it does not have much scope for any big complaints from me as a reader. So whatever things I'm going to talk about now are not major complaints, but these are minor things that I felt could have been better in the book. Vishy and Ritika's love story was not something that I looked forward to. As far as I am concerned, even if the book did not have this love story, I would have liked it still. For me, it was an additional thing that I was not exactly crazy about. Another thing that I found a bit confusing and a little bit irritating was that there were times in this book where the transition did not happen properly between the scenes, I felt, because at one point Vishy is talking to his friends and then he starts talking to Ritika. Where did the scene change that I was not able to figure out? Because it was like it was done in continuity. So it felt like it was the same scene when it was different. This did not happen a lot of times in the book, I think 2-3 times, but that was a bit annoying as a reader. This is most definitely a character and a story driven book. The writing is not bad, but it is a bit on the raw side. So overall, I would like to say that if you want to pick up a light-hearted read, a book that you can enjoy in between your heavy reads, a book that is not going to weigh a lot on your mind, but it is going to make you laugh, and you will be able to relate to this book most likely, because I think as Indian students, almost all of us are familiar with the coaching center culture. So you can go for this book. My rating for this book is 3.5 stars. So that was my review for Once Upon an Ias Exam by K.VijayaKarthikeyan. I hope you found this review useful. If you want to get your hands on this book, then I'll leave the link for that in the description box. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description box. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.